Yeah, good day, guys. I just want to share my experience with you, so you can know my reason for speaking against religion and the reason I always say Christianity is not a religion. Because I've been a victim of religion. Most people, you know, until probably you get to a situation where you need maybe spiritual support. I mean, you may get to see all of these things, but before you get to that place, I just want to enlighten you so you're not going to fall victim. I had a brother who was sick, had mental issues. It's been a long time. So when it all started, we were desperate for a solution. It all started when he was in school, secondary school. You know, suddenly he started behaving, acting funny. We'll be playing and he just stops and, you know, acting funny and all of that. So because of that, we're desperate for solution. We wanted to, he see him well. So since it looked like a spiritual issue, so we had to take him to church. We take him to several churches. I mean, some people tried. I mean, I realized most of them were just out there. Most of the churches out there were just all about the money. You see, most of them went there. They say before they can take us for counseling, we have to pay a certain amount. Before they can pray for him, we have to pay them a certain amount and all of that. So I believe all of those things was happening. Like God allowed me to go through those phases to teach me something. I mean, these guys were just all about money, not, it's just all about money. We went, there was a church we went to, and the man was known as a prophet. So he said before he can pray for my brother, we should buy a very big gen for the church. So we got a very big gen. I mean, my dad then, he bought it. So then we're still young, you know. It got to a point we took him to even rural areas, rural settlements where, you know, very remote places, all in the name of, looking for solution. And all of these guys were just all about money, 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 money. Bring money. You have to do this. You have to bring money. You see. And because of that, I just got this awakening. I said, no, there must be something more about this. So I wanted to study the scriptures. I started studying the scriptures and studying the word to know it for myself. And I was stunned. You know, I went to a pharmacy. I got a drug. Most drugs when you get them, like the pharmacist always tell you, make sure you eat before taking them. But he told me same when I got the drug, make sure you eat before taking it. And I got home and I just for some reason decided to read the manual, go through the manual, and I saw that it was described that you don't necessarily have to eat before taking it though. So I was like, oh, you see, I had to go through the scriptures and I was stunned at some of the things I found. I began to get clarity. And I realized that for some reason, church, like most churches you see, is just, you see church here and there, everywhere. It's all about the church, but the nation, look at the economy, things are getting from bad to worse every day. Like, the problem, Africans don't use their mind. I mean, if Christianity was functioning, religion was functioning as it should, I mean, Nigeria should be one of the greatest nations in the world, to be honest. But you see, all of these guys are just there in for themselves, you know. The Bible talks about in the book of Acts how men sold lands and properties and brought the proceeds of what they sold to the apostles' feet. And what did they do with the money? The Bible said they looked out among their brethren, those that were in need, and provided for them. Do they do that in your church? Or even the little one you have, your pastor still wants to take it in the name of tithe and offering. All of those things has nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity is about experiencing God through the Holy Spirit. It's a relationship.